Hello everybody, and we're redoing the Power Rangers fighting game on the Mega Drive / Genesis, developed by Presto. And this time we brought Jova in here. He doesn't know anything about this game, but so don't tell him just yet because we're keeping the ending a surprise.
Is this by any chance based off of Mightily Murdered Rangers, the comic?
No, that was the parody comic done by an indie developer.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, as you notice, this was back when the Power Rangers were at the peak of their popularity, and they made this fighting game, which is based on the Mighty Morphin era, of course.
Yes. For context, audience, I've been introduced to this game as Murder Rangers by my co-commentators. That's all I know.
Don't tell him anything, audience. I know that you can't, but anyway, far away in Rita's castle on the moon, the evil hand of Rita Repulsa reaches out to seize Earth.
Again?
Go ahead, Whips.
Ah, beautiful innocent Earth! I'll save you from those horrible Earthlings! Soon you will be all mine!
Just like an evil
let my
Gaia.
masters take care of those Power Rangers! Impudent fools! Soon you'll learn the meaning of my power!
So yeah, Finster creates his first monster, the Minotaur. Go ahead.
Go get those Rangers, my sweet child!
Sounds good. Alright, so we're going to start playing as... Yeah, Zach. Let's go with Zach first.
Yeah, Zach.
Oh.
Yeah. And yeah, everyone's already made the observation of of the troubling thing. The black guy being a Black Ranger. So,
that problem has been addressed multiple times by people in the production and shit like that. So
people bring up the time that the guy with Native American ancestry was supposed to be the Red Ranger.
Yeah, Tommy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Tommy's is thankfully not as egregious.
That's not till Zeo, to be fair.
The Power X move of the Black Ranger is done by mashing either the A or the B button. If you mash A if you want a slow version of it, or the B button. The problem is trying to do that with the B button is weird. Is a bit more annoying because the kick move. Okay, so here's what this game is, Jova. It's a Street Fighter type fighting game, and it's super basic. You have your life bar. You have basically what is basically a rage bar that I have yet to understand what major use this thing does, and that's it. That's literally all this game. That's all there is to this game. Go ahead.
You made my gnarly monster fall! Now you'll pay when he gets tall!
Yep, here we go. Make my monster grow!
Yeah, you'd think they would have her say that in that scene, but I guess not.
I guess somebody wanted to really get into the rhyming witch territory.
Megazord sequence has been initiated.
No, actually, they're about to say it to us. There you go.
Ah, that good old
That's
Genesis
super
compressed
compressed,
voicing.
holy shit.
So yeah, in typical fashion, fight him in normal mode, then fight him in tall mode.
That's the structure of it. And that's really all there is to this game. There's a multiplayer mode, Jova, but again, it's just more fighting of this ilk. You can play as Rita's monsters in the multiplayer mode, so there's that. Aside from that, there's literally nothing else to this game. Literally nothing. There's not even a practice mode or anything like that.
Would be cool if there's a bit where you can actually fight Rita on foot.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Rita's not a physical fighter, so...
Yeah, that
she
never
still managed to end up being playable in the latest Mighty Morphin Power Ranger fighting game.
You made her playable, did they?
There is Robo Rita in the new movie.
True, but this game was made way before that movie.
She was one of the latest DLC
My
characters.
baby! It won't be the same next time!
Alright, and now now we're straight into the Green Ranger arc. Don't bother, devs, you already read this line. Yeah, Green Ranger now. Okay, so obviously in the canon, it's Jason that beats the Red Ranger, so let's go with Jason.
What about giving Billy some big bones?
Don't worry, Dwiz, the part isn't over yet now, is it?
Alright. There he is, the Green Ranger.
Alright, the power sword... Yeah, there you go. The power sword is down, up, and attack, and one of the attack buttons.
Neat.
There you go, and you notice that he has the evil Green Ranger sword that Rita gave him in the series, so that's a nice attention to detail. And he even says right there on the top in his title, Evil Green Ranger. Not just Green Ranger, Evil Green Ranger.
E with a point to the...
You know, I'll give kudos to Power Rangers. Robo Rita was a clever way to bring back Rita without breaking continuity, since Rita's supposed to be good at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, they got back her actress, unlike the past times they did.
There we go.
Also, I'm sorry, that music sounds like Mario Kart music. What the heck?
Well, at least we get to hear the Dragon Zord theme.
Not a bad rendition for the Mega Drive.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, just like in the show, the Dragon Zord has Godzilla sounds.
Get it? Because this show was made in Japan initially.
Let me see if I can find what the composer actually was.
And yeah, the sequence is always the same.
Okay, apparently the Genesis version, the Mega Drive version, is the one version where the composer is not credited. Weird.
All right, I'll give this game credit. It's faithful to the way the show works, where in between fights we suddenly switch to a completely different background. So
yes, well, you know, all to keep in truth, essentially. But yes, we're fighting the Dragon Zord.
Because that's the thing in the show, at least in the very first battle. Yeah, Zordon outright said, Alpha, teleport the Rangers to this place because of the Sentai footage.
okay.
You know,
I can't remember if they stopped bothering after that.
It seems to seesaw back and forth. Usually I think when they go to a different location, either they don't address it, or I think it's, oh, here's a safe location where no civilians can get hurt, that jazz. Well, you know, I gotta give them credit, though. Like, again, for what they had to work with, they were able to make a very convincing...
Tommy, open your eyes! You're being controlled like a puppet! Go ahead, Jova. Go ahead, Jova.
Thanks. I've come back to my senses thanks to you. From now on, let's join forces and fight Rita!
Sounds good to me.
Now you can play as Tommy.
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah, if I had to say these same lines over and over, I think I'd have no voice by the end.
Okay, I actually decided to go with the Green Ranger this time. If I'm I should, in hindsight, that was a mistake of mine. I should have gone with Billy because in canon it's Billy that defeats Madame Wu.
Well, we gotta give Tom. This is a Tommy Oliver show by this point. Remember?
Don't worry, I'll show off Billy later.
Yeah. Saying that now, you're in between our last playthrough and this one. It is nice that David Yost came back to the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I think they pretty much brought back, the actors that they could anyway, seeing as how some are sadly departed.
Yeah,
and others have literally went insane.
The Madame Mo episode was episode 13 of the Mighty Morphin season 1, and what happened was Billy got himself a potential love interest in that episode. And Madame Mo is a very powerful monster in particular, and as Zordon said, you only way to defeat her is by combining all your powers, and what they do is they focus all their powers on Billy. And Billy, and she transports them into a different dimension, by the way, but they managed to get out of their Sonic Forces style with the power of friendship.
Yes.
And after that, they defeat Madame Wu with the usual, mixing up all the weapons thing. Then later, there's the usual thing with, Billy seems like he's getting along with that potential of interest, but that potential of interest never comes back ever in the history of the franchise anyway, so it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things.
Fun fact, Madame Woe was voiced by Alex Borstein.
I can believe that.
I remember, Joe, at least 2 separate monsters were actually, voiced by Bryan Cranston instead.
Well, Bryan Cranston.
Right?
Well, Bryan Cranston is basically the big, the big head guy when it comes to voicing a lot of those monsters. Again, there's a good reason why they brought him in to do Zordon in the new movie.
Fun fact also, Bryan Cranston was mainly in comedy mode, I think, around the time of the Power Rangers series.
Mm-hmm.
Well, most
Nowadays,
of the sorry.
Nowadays, of course, a lot more people know him for Breaking Bad, but he has turned out to be a very versatile
remember,
actor.
Joe, there was also Malcolm in the Middle, I think it was.
Yeah, Malcolm in the Middle.
Also, wow, we actually get to fight a giant version of Madamo, because if I recall correctly,
No.
she did not
In the
get
show,
endorsed in the original
in the show that did not happen. No, but
Wait, Madam Ho?
whoa, it's a W, Dibs. It's a
It
W.
looks like a H.
I know, but what can I tell you?
Take the W, Dibs.
Well, M more like.
So I guess in the butterfly effect, by having Tommy fight her, this time she does get enlarged instead.
Also, are we in some kind of ancient Greek ruin or something?
Are we in
Alpha, you must teleport the Rangers back to ancient Egypt.
Aye.
Why? Don't. What was that? What did you say? Why? Do not question me, for I am Gordon.
Shame that we don't get the free camera replay of the finishing blow.
Ah, that's always a classic.
Yeah, we read this already.
Yeah. I need my voice.
And now we're going to fight.
Goldar.
And now we're going to fight Goldar. Well, remember, you were the one who asked to play Rita.
Yeah, I know, but not the same lines over and over.
I was actually surprised you volunteered to voice her, Dwibs. I guess not too surprised, but...
So who's gonna face Gold?
Kimberly.
Kimberly.
Alright, I think this is a reference to that one-on-one she had with him in the show.
No, it's not. You can play as any of the other Rangers. This is just like a random fight against Goldar. It doesn't have anything to do with any particular episode. Like, the game adapts the
I'm
Green...
talking about why you chose her. Like, I know that you've apparently been trying to choose these fights based off of moments from the show.
Yeah, except for, I should have picked Billy for Madame Woe,
Yeah.
but that was my bad. But whatever, I'll still play as Billy later. In hindsight,
Yeah, it was a gun.
in hindsight, I probably should have just used Tommy for this one.
For a downside special, she uses a gun.
Yes.
No, well, she also has the power bow, Theo, but I forgot how to do the power bow.
That was making a reference to a meme.
Okay.
So who's your favorite to play as?
Probably Jason, because I like the power sword move, or maybe Tommy as well. I guess depends on how I'm feeling at the time.
I'm assuming we're not going to get to the replacement Rangers
No.
in this game. I would have loved to have heard your take on the bad dub as they got to replace the actors during the transitional phase.
Well, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie Beat 'em Up kind of adapts that as a filler arc. Maybe we can redo that one as well. Why not? This is the thing, Dibs. This particular fighting Power Rangers game is super basic. There's a reason why you don't really hear this one get brought up. It's super forgettable and very generic. It's not really like the gameplay has nothing special. It's super basic, and as you can see, the use of the show's story elements is not exactly stellar.
I mean, I guess if I am to be fair, Power Rangers Mighty Morphin especially was relatively basic as well, so... I mean, I guess, they don't have their work too cut out for them, like, hey, fight monster turn big, boom, 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 fight.
I get that.
Given the era of games, I guess there wasn't too much to ask from the story. Mind you, I'm not saying that they could not have done more. They definitely
pay attention
in this era.
Yeah, pay attention to the bottom of the background. You'll notice that there's people trying to shoot at the there's people with guns.
Are we in Detroit?
Anyway, yeah, there's people.
Hey, why are you firing at us for? We're the good guys.
The other people, I'm guessing they're cheering for the Megazord. But what? There's people. I guess they're trying. I guess they're trying to shoot Goldar, maybe.
Yeah. It does look like that guy with the gun. Wait, unless that's supposed to be some guy flashing a camera instead, and it just looks like a gun.
I don't know.
I don't know, Jova. It looks a bit, long as an object to be, instead.
Apparently, this game came out in Japan. Well, the Super Nintendo version did anyway, a year later.
That's because each version of the game is different from each other. This is a fighting game, while most of the others are side-scroller or beat 'em up.
Also, Dribs, one thing to remember also, even if this game came as is, all they would need to do is just change the names and probably like some of the graphics just for the one showing the face. And oh, hello, showing also the Megazords now too.
Basically, this is an adaptation of a specific episode of the series where they fight Cyclopses. Thing is, for whatever reason, we're fighting Cyclopses on the moon, right in front of Rita's palace, instead of on the Earth, like in the show. This is where
sense of progression, I guess.
This is where I'm starting to think like that this game may have started as a Zoo Ranger show, as in the original Japanese incarnation, right? And then got turned into a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers game because, let's just say, Joe, that the ending is a bit, how shall I put it, off-brand for the series.
Is it something that...
Sorry.
Is it something that fits more so the bout of the Sentai series?
I don't know. Maybe. And again, this is all speculation on my part. Go on.
I just saw some footage of the Japanese version of this game, though. They still have the American Power Rangers, although apparently they changed the difficulty.
Oh, okay.
The Japanese version's apparently harder.
Well,
wait. You mean to tell me that they seriously kept it Power Rangers, even though the point of Power Rangers was...
well, in that case, Joe,
American Super Sentai.
In that case, Joe, I guess my fear is debunked, and it started off as a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers game from the get-go, probably. And there you go. Now Cyclopses grows horns.
Okay.
Truly, he's more powerful now.
You can play as this particular powered-up Cyclopses in the multiplayer, and Cyclopses is the best character in the game because because his moves can be very powerful if you know what you're doing. In fact, I'm going to lose the first time fighting, which is not a problem. It gives me a chance to show off the game over screen. Why not? So.
But yeah, I'll say this. I'm guessing this is a sign of how Power Rangers was popular enough, I guess, even to have a bit of demand in Japan. You know, despite Japan technically having the original Power Rangers. Although, to give Power Rangers credit, in spite of the fact that they were hinging heavily on Sentai footage, to the point where I guess nowadays it's pretty much tradition, since that's more or less still what they're doing, to my recollection. They did add in a lot of new and original things as well. Heck, they sometimes even had, like, full episodes of original stuff. Like, you know, for what started off as essentially just, hey, this is our way of localizing your series, it did really blossom into its own.
Oh, yeah, well, remember, like, there were actually even moments where the creators of Power Rangers even went as far as contact Toho to produce original footage specifically for the Power Rangers version of the show. So even Toho got into the whole thing and just embraced it. So
wasn't it Toei?
Toei, that's it. Sorry.
I wondered, speculation, do you think if Sentai ended, do you think that would be the end of Power Rangers, or do you think they'd be able to still truck on through, especially since now with the latest movie, I believe it's called Cosmic Fury, with the release of the latest movie, they've shown that they can apparently do their own full movie. Okay. What's the name of the latest movie? I've seen it, but I don't know the name of the movie.
Once and Always.
Yeah.
That and Cosmic Fury have been the last Power Rangers things on TV to date.
Hey, Pedro has found the infinite.
Yeah, and not just that. This is the thing. And yeah, as you can see, this game is super short. There's not that many fighters. There's not that many modes. No, actually.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, remember, too, we still have round 2 to go for, too.
Wait, have you already done round 2? Oh,
No.
you have to do both rounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember, I lost at round 2 earlier.
True,
To
I thought you just cut away to the second round.
Oh, I see. So if you lose, you have to start the fight from
beginning, yeah. But no, that's the thing. Like I said, the game has only a single-player campaign and a multiplayer versus mode. There's not that many fighters. There's not that many arenas. There's very little to this game. Trust me. Like
You guys commented on the TMNT fighters of different versions. How does this compare to them?
I will argue it stacks up better. The tournament fighters on the Genesis and even on the Super Nintendo has a much more elaborate campaign mode and has more characters. So
That's it. It's better than the NES one.
well, as if that's difficult. Anyway,
And the NES was just a poorly conversion from what I remember.
I'm not
all right,
sure if I can
Jova.
even-
Now take a look at
Check
this.
this out.
Take a look at this, Jova.
Okay, we beat him.
Okay. This is the deciding battle.
Okay.
Activate the Ultra Zord.
Right. Okay.
Fire! So basically, Jova, the ending is the Rangers shoot Rita's palace
fucker.
and kill everybody.
No, you're the Power Rangers are not meant to kill!
On top of the monsters we've literally annihilated.
Victory! Peace has been peace has been restored to the Earth by murdering.
Well, okay, I guess in this alternate timeline, the bad stuff that brings about Zeo never has
It
to
just
happen
sounds
then.
like that.
Rangers, I told you, don't escalate a battle.
Oh, he literally took out Rita now.
What the fuck is this ending?
Unless the enemy forces you to. Are you psychos?
And now we have credits exclusive full-blown animation of the Megazord forming. You'd think, why wasn't this the animation that was used during the gameplay?
Maybe
Guess
they
they didn't want
wanted
it to go too long.
Yeah, to pad it
But
too much.
but you can skip it if you want to. So
Special thanks on employee.
you can skip every cutscene by just pressing start. So it's not like length is a problem. If you don't want to watch it over and over, you can just skip it.
I guess.
And
But
yeah,
maybe-
that's it. The Rangers kill Rita, so when Lord Zed eventually returns, he's gonna in for a whole surprise, isn't he?
I mean, it makes for an interesting what if, I guess.
It does, yes. I mean, again, for all we know, maybe this will prevent the Rangers from losing their
I have
powers.
never
and-
read any of the comics, so maybe Boom Studios actually did not an adaptation of this, but developed maybe this concept.
Alright, so let me just showcase both the blue and yellow Rangers that you haven't shown off yet. Might as well, since this part is short enough as it is.
I do find it weird that there's not even enough fights for you to, like, use each Ranger once.
No. Again, like I said, Joe, but this game is very thin on content.
Which is weird because, I mean, Power Rangers has, like, no shortage of enemies. Like, even with the first series. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that was kind of literally the point. A monster per day, if not week.
You can tell this was okay. I was going to suggest that maybe this was done for a cheap, quick buck, but there's clearly some sort of elaboration, in the animations and art department.
Oh,
So
yeah, like, I mean...
there was some degree of care instead of just haphazardly, slapdash. So I do wonder.
I
I
have to
definitely
ask.
get the sense that they did care while making this, but, just for
Oh, look.
whatever
Look at
reason.
Billy's winning animation.
He's still
Oh,
cool for
my.
the
That's
Oh.
okay. That's out of character. That doesn't look like something Billy would do. But
Is that
whatever.
what the Blue Ranger character in the Sentai did?
Probably.
The game was made in The game was made in Japan.
Probably. I get the feeling the developers didn't quite get all the memos they needed.
That, or maybe Billy was just trying to act cool.
But yeah, I have to ask, what the fuck was that ending? Seriously.
I mean, hey, this finally guarantees peace.
Yeah, but Lord Zed will
Out of the
eventually.
picture.
Well, Lord Zed will eventually return and just become the new villain. Eventually, still though, because so it's not like it's.
But the Rangers and Zordon don't know that.
Don't you see, guys? This is perfect. This is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers adaptation by Zack Snyder.
I guess so.
I mean, okay. To be fair, the whole Rangers never kill thing, I don't think that was ever a factor, seeing as how they literally have killed monsters who are sentient and do talk. So, I mean, I get the feeling that if they had the chance, they might very well have killed Rita if they could. In fact, I mean, given what happens in the 2017 movie. Ain't gonna tell me that wasn't cold-blooded.
All right.
It was the Yellow Rangers victory pose.
Thumbs up.
She points. Oh, I thought that was
I
her
want
pointing
you.
to
No,
us.
yeah, she did look like she was pointing at the camera.
All right, and that was Mighty Morphin Murder Rangers, as I like to call it. Dwebs, thoughts?
It just basically looks like any other fighting game that you'd see around this time, but with what was with that head take? Is this an alternate universe where the Rangers are never told don't escalate a fight? That's the only explanation I can think of. Zordon probably gave them the hell of a telling off when they got back to the command center. If not stripped them of their powers or whatever, for breaking one of the big rules. The music's okay. I like the music enough, although I do prefer, in terms of how they arrange the theme tune, I do prefer the one on the SNES, Super Nintendo version. Mainly because I think the guitar sounds a bit better, and they actually managed to include the vocals, well, for the main chorus anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, one of the rare times the Super Nintendo has a better sounding guitar sound than the Mega Drive, the other being the first Mega Man X game.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a solid game. Weird ending.
Jova.
Yeah, no, I think this game holds up relatively fine enough. Like, it is very basic, but it seems to have a competent enough moveset and gameplay style behind it, and, you know, I guess I can say it definitely makes me feel like a Power Ranger, beating up monsters and going at them again when they grow tall.
And murdering Rita in her sleep.
Are we even sure she was asleep? She was probably.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter, Jova.
Well,
That's even
guys,
worse being awake.
then again, Rita has survived being in a trash can in space, so maybe she is okay, waiting and plotting her revenge. Or maybe, instead of it killing her, the missiles actually turned her into Mystic Mother ahead of time, so she's a good guy now.
Huh.
Okay.
I mean, would you really put that past the franchise?
Nope.
Yeah, no, it's a good game. Nothing amazing, but good. Does its job. Next.
Tail.
It's okay. I don't remember what my thoughts were for the original commentary. It's technically okay, but for a full price game, the content really is relatively bare. And, you know, you probably should have got this only if you were really a fan of the show.
So
and
me.
And you only had a Genesis, / Mega Drive as your only console, because I gave it a bit of a look at the Super Nintendo version, and it does, as a beat 'em up, it looks a bit more better than this at the very least. Again, there is a foundation here. It's just that it feels like it wasn't, super developed to its full potential. And yeah, the ending just out of nowhere. Again, I'll probably just should look up into that because I'm pretty sure someone knows the story why it is the ending is as abrupt as it is like this. But it will be interesting. Maybe I will find it. Who knows? Pedro.
Nah, there's not much more I can say. Basic as fuck. The music is good, but like they said, could be better. The graphics are okay. But man, lack of content, the use of the game's story elements is very, very repetitive, and there's not much. I mean, the Green Ranger obviously, this is a fighting game in the 90s, so I didn't expect it to have a shit ton of cutscenes. But honestly, it's just one of those things where it's just like I feel like we could have picked a better selection of monsters. And yes, but of course, the one thing that is unforgettable at this game is, of course, the bonkers ending where the Rangers suddenly get consumed by their bloodlust and decide to just kill Rita and all of her mooks by using the Ultra Zord to destroy the palace. Yeah, it makes you wonder how that would go if the show's writers took that route too. But no. So yeah, it's not great. Maybe we'll dust off the movie beat 'em up game on the Mega Drive, because that one is still great. Like that one is still one of the most well remembered Power Rangers games. So maybe we'll redo that one again as well. Why not in the future? We'll see how things go. See ya.
It'd be
Yeah.